Hey guys, TYT Sports RotoWire Fantasy Football Edition. Chris Liss, Ben Mankiewicz, but really this is beating the book. How did you guys do last week? Let's do a little recap.
2-2-1. I was 2-0. The Jets should have covered. That was ridiculous. And then the no, it wasn't the Eagles. Something else bad. Oh, it was the Denver went into a shell.
Oh yeah.
With the Colts back in the game. But whatever. It's 2-2-1. I'm not going to bitch about it.
Ben.
I went 3-2 in the game I liked best, and I left out the Falcons too. So I had a pretty good week. The game I liked best was Buffalo. Because I like the Bills a little bit this year, and I love betting against Jay Cutler giving up nearly a touchdown, and he couldn't have come through more. I mean, his roll to the right, 17-17 game, 7 minutes to play, rolling to the right, 3rd and 1, pump, get picked off by the nose tackle.
Right.
It stuck in his gut. Right. And then, oh, well, I'll just cradle it, I guess. I mean, such a great Jay Cutler play. Such a great bet. I couldn't feel better about it.
I do love hating on Jay Cutler.
Had them on the money line in Vegas, too. I won't talk about the other ones I lost in Vegas, but that was a good one.
So then moving into week 2, did you guys make your picks?
I have some, and you know, it's so early in the week, I got to reserve the right to change my mind at some point. I'll post in the comments.
Really?
If I do, I may not. Because I feel sometimes like, you know, that Carolina, the quarterback got scratched. That wasn't my pick last week, but got to keep an eye. I like Cincinnati home laying 5 at Atlanta. I think Atlanta's not a very good team. They caught the Saints, who were not as good on the road. It was a great, exciting game. I'm laying the points at home with Cincinnati. Cincinnati -5.
Okay.
Really, that surprises me. That's a game that is a classic game that scares the living pants off me. But I'm not taking the Falcons, but I'm staying away.
Wait, why is that? Why does that scare the pants off you?
Just because I don't know whether the Falcons are good.
Right.
I don't know. Like winning in a shootout against a classic battle with the Saints, the kind of game that they have played in the past. I didn't really learn anything, except maybe
they looked amazing.
Right, that might be what we learned. I'm just going to wait one more week, and the Bengals looked terrible. So to me, that game screams Falcons, 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 but I'm not going to make that mistake. So I'm gonna wait.
Atlanta's D is atrocious. Don't worry, it's going to get exploited in Cincinnati this week.
All right, so who else?
My other one is St. Louis. They were so disgusting, and now they're getting like 5 or something. Who are they playing even this week?
I don't know.
I just wrote down St. Louis.
Oh,
do you have that?
St. Louis is home getting 5 against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they're getting 5 in Tampa Bay. But I mean, Tampa laying 5 with that Josh McCown disaster. You know what? I'm just going to buy low. Games get out of hand. Taking St. Louis in the points.
Ben?
I like that bet. I'm afraid of it also. I'm afraid of a lot this week, but I do like it. If I were going to go in that game, there's no question I'd take the Rams.
What are you not afraid of this week?
Yeah, what do you have some courage.
Yeah.
Oh, have some courage. All right, well, I'm going to start with Thursday night. I think there will be a temptation. I wouldn't be surprised if this line moved. Baltimore 2.5 at home against Pittsburgh. There will be a lot of distraction talk, and I don't care about that. That doesn't strike me as an issue. He wasn't on the team anyway.
Right.
Basically in that division, I'm gonna like the home team in those games, and if you're giving me less than a field goal, I'll take the Ravens at home against the Steelers.
Is there a spread against how many minutes they're going to talk about the Ray Rice situation on Thursday night? Because I'm over hearing about it. I'm over everything.
You didn't like Chris Berman's sort of unscheduled stream of consciousness rant that was not even, it was like tangentially
was that when the punt was blocked?
And then
the punt was blocked. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Totally.
So the other game I really like, same thing. I'm gonna ride them at least early. I succeeded with the Bills. Right now, the idea of Buffalo at home against Miami, who will never be more overvalued than they are now. I'm not saying they're terrible.
Buffalo by a point.
They're favored in Buffalo by a point. I see those teams as pretty even. Miami probably maybe a little bit better, but I'm getting a point at home. I'll take the Bills.
Now, I'm nervous about that one because I think Miami might be legitimately good. They kicked the crap out of Brady in the second half, and I don't know. They may actually be a 10 or 11 win team this year.
It's entirely possible, but I mean, the Bills came through for me. I feel duty bound to as a home underdog in week 2 after a win on the road against the Bears. I like Buffalo.
All right, so that's 2. So you got what, 3 more?
Yeah, I have 3 more. Okay. One is Cleveland. Cleveland actually beat the crap out of Pittsburgh in the second half. Hoyer was competent. And I think that who are they playing again? I just wrote down
New Orleans in Cleveland.
Always fade New Orleans on the road. New Orleans is a very good team, but a lot of that goodness has their home dominance priced in, and the converse of that is their road mediocrity. And they should not be laying a number like that on a grass field on the road.
I feel like you say that about the Giants at home, right? Don't they aren't they crappy at home?
The Giants are worse at home, but it just don't even start.
I forget that's your team. I know that's your team.
That's your team.
Sorry about that.
Who I also bet on.
All right, what do you got?
I like Monday night. I know Chris disagrees here. I like Indianapolis -3. you don't know what to do with the Eagles quite yet. They may simply have overlooked Jacksonville, believed a little bit of their own hype. That could cut both ways. If they came out unprepared, then they were able to very quickly recover and take charge of that game. I loved what I saw from Indianapolis. I think Chris is right. Yes, you saw Denver going into a shell, but you also saw this. What I took as a never believing they were going to lose from Indianapolis and fighting all the way to the end. And I think that will help a team enormously at home against a good team. I just think it's the kind of game Indy wins, and at -3, I'll take it.
I think it's 50-50, but if I had to pick, I'd take Philly. I just think they're going to run roughshod over that Colts defense. No Robert Mathis, who's probably out for the year.
Yeah, I'm scared. That's
kind of a big deal.
The other one I really like is fading Seattle on the road in San Diego, who lost a heartbreaking game, and they're a very good team and laying a lot of points in San Diego. I was wrong about that last year. Last year, Seattle was even beating teams on the road. I think
5.5.
5.5 right now, but that's a tough number to lay in San Diego for a team that, again, they're a great team, but so much of their dominance is home-based. So I'm going to fade them on the road.
So that's your fifth game?
That's my
fourth
fourth
game.
game.
That's your fourth.
I'm going to take Tennessee, given 3.5 at home. I like Tennessee with Locker healthy. I think anybody can score on the Cowboys. I don't want to jump on the Cowboys or atrocious bandwagon too much. They're not the worst team in the league, and they can score some points. But the Chiefs, the Titans were pretty impressive in Kansas City, and again 3.5. I just like that game. I think Dallas is going to start 0-2, and because in Dallas, whereas the distraction doesn't bother me with Baltimore, in Dallas there's this giant sense that you're disappointing, and I sense that it's already begun there in Dallas.
All right, so that's, what do we have, one more?
Yeah, last one's Carolina at home against Detroit. I know they beat the crap out of my Giants, and I was down in Detroit last week, but I seriously don't think they're that great. Matt Stafford did impress me.
You don't think that the Lions are that great?
No, and I think Carolina at home is a nasty defense. This is going to be a whole different thing, and Cam Newton should be back, so they're not even laying the full 3. I like Carolina.
Yeah, I like Carolina too, and my last choices were either Carolina, either San Diego, or the team I'll take, just to keep things different, because I do like San Diego, and I'd be amazed if I didn't bet on San Diego. Yeah. Matt Stafford looked mobile in that game, which was, I've never seen him really look mobile. I don't know whether he lost weight, but that said, partially because the other quarterback is the least mobile quarterback in the NFL right now, perhaps, in Eli Manning. He may be less mobile than his brother.
Yeah,
who's Peyton, who's the quarterback of the Broncos.
Yes, I'm fully aware of that.
I'm going to take the Raiders at home. I think Houston looked good. I think Washington is terrible and terrible. I think that's going to be a fun story all year about how they're proudly honoring Native Americans when they go 2-14.
They should sign Ray Rice. Yeah, they should do. Just go all in. Why half measures? You know.
I think the Raiders are better, and I like them at home. You know, the Raiders have lost, I think, 15 straight 1 p.m. Eastern time starts. Here they are.
Where'd you get that stat?
They'll be playing in the afternoon against a team that did lose 14 straight games. That said, the idea of that Texans defense ganging up on a rookie quarterback scares me. I'm already talking myself out of that pick. But I made it. I will stick with the Raiders, but I already don't believe it.
I'm going Texans on that. Yeah.
Okay, and then what do we have riding on this? Just $100?
I'm changing that pick. I can't do that pick. I can't do it.
You don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Like as I'm thinking about Derek Carr and what the Texans defense, J.J. Watt. I'm like, we're not going to win that game. That's out of control.
That's exactly when you should bet.
Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, this will mean we're taking the same game, but I can't not take San Diego at home getting 5.5 points. So I will take that.
All right, we'll see. Thanks, guys.